Hello everyone, welcome to my playthrough of the Digimon Digivice version complete, featuring areas from Digimon Adventure, our war game, you know, the movie, Digimon Adventure Tri, and Last Evolution Kizuna. It's not entirely unlike the D2 Vices that we have run in the past. I think the very first Digimon device I played on this channel was the original D2 from back in like early 2000. It's also similar to the D2 version 15th, that I guess it was just called the Digivice version 15th. And it follows pretty much the exact same pattern, right? You go through the adventure areas, there's no real timer on the situation. You start off with a partner Digimon, and then if through help waves, I think it's like every 3,000 steps, you get a help wave, and then you get the chance if you defeat a Digimon to add them to your party. You eventually get the original Digidestin's Digimon partners, as well as a few extras, a la this version complete device. Now, complete? Implying that this is the last one, but it's Bandai, so there's probably going to be a version complete plus XZ minus plus. See, because they do the minus so they could plus it again. They're probably going to do it. Oh, look at the Digimoji. There's a user in our Discord and in our comments named Shai. They're pretty good at translating Digimoji. They say there's a difference between Japanese Digimoji and English Digimoji, and I wonder which one this is. I mean, I assume Japanese because it's a Japanese device. What year's it got on the back? 2014. Really, that long ago? So this is a daily series. If you're unfamiliar with how I do things, I'm just going to be showing them off for this first episode, and then we're going to be doing a check-in every day to, you know, just kind of share the progress. A diary, a journal, if you will, okay? Does this thing have batteries? Oh, this thing has batteries. Nice. Okay, so I get to choose, right? Or do I just start off with Agumon? Wait, really? I could have sworn I get to choose my partner. Hey, wait a second. I mean, not that I wasn't going to choose Agumon anyway, because, right, like, I'm a total main character type of person. I definitely wasn't going to pick Tentomon or Gerald. Definitely wasn't. The obvious choice is Agumon anyway, so I guess that's okay. Here, let's see. What do we have going on here? DP, of course, we have none. That's like their, you know, their evolution abilities, the number of wins they have. In this device, evolutions are based entirely on how many wins you've done. It's kind of nice because we don't have time limits. We don't have to plan things out very particularly. The only thing that I have to worry about is how am I going to get steps, okay? Because back when I ran these other pedometer-based pets in the past, I had a treadmill nearby. I had a gym in my apartment that had a treadmill, and it was great. I mean, the treadmills were kind of gross because my apartment complex didn't keep up with them very well, but that's an irrelevant detail. But it was easy because I could just pop on the treadmill and just go for however long I needed to get steps, because I don't like shaking these things out. It feels kind of like not cool, you know? It's not the way they intended things to be done, or at least supposedly. And also, I don't want carpal tunnel. Don't want to get carpal tunnel and then be like, yeah, I got it from shaking a virtual pet. Don't want to explain that. I just don't think that's a great way to spread the good word of virtual pets either, right? It's like, hey, you remember Tamagotchis? It broke my wrist. So my option is to walk, right? But here in the Pacific Northwest where I've been, it's been very rainy, like more so than usual. Like usually in the Pacific Northwest, it's just like a small drizzle, and it'll take place over the course of like 10 seconds, and then you'll look at the ground and you'll be like, oh, apparently it rained. That's just, I'm not even joking. That's literally how the rain is up here. But it's been crazy. It's been like pouring and constant, so I don't know. Well, anyway, that's for me to figure out. Agumon's got an HP rating of 3 and attack rating of 1. If we can, in a help wave, find another Agumon, we can also defeat them and then boost our stats that way. That is the way to get a +1 HP and +1 attack for all of your partner Digimon. We've got connecting, we've got repairing or healing, we've got the map. Now, this is our guide, okay? We can't choose where we go yet because that's not the end. It's not the end of the game. I'm just assuming that this is very much like the Digimon, the Digivice version 15th. I'm just assuming that. I don't think I'm wrong in that either. So let's see, anything else I need to know about? Okay, if I press this, area clear in 2,994 steps. Okay, so is this thing accurate? Is it? Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a nice pedometer. Here, give this one a listen. Subdued. Very, very light and subdued, but soft, not rattly and loose. It feels not premium like the way that the Dragon Quest slime pedometer pet, the Adokun does. Remember when he shook that one, it had this kind of like this rubber bit that it would hit, and it felt firm, and that to me feels premium. But this is also very nice. It's certainly not cheap feeling at all. I am very confused as to why I didn't get to choose my partner Digimon, but sometimes destiny just smacks you in the face and says no. Little dinosaur! So, you know, I don't hate dinosaurs, so it's fine. But here in 3000 Shakes, we will get a Digimon partner. Well, it's not necessarily a partner. Sometimes it can just be an enemy Digimon. I think it's help waves. It might actually be different. I read in the instructions that supposedly putting them next to any kind of like wireless signal will increase the help wave signal. And I'm confused. Is it like locked into steps, or can those steps be reduced by putting it next to a signal? They said place it next to phones, AM radios. I'm going to do all of that. I'm going to create a summoner's circle of AM radios and cell phones, and I'm going to get probably a help wave like every 5 minutes. Is I think the meta. Here. Do a help wave. Come on. There's someone in this phone that needs your help. Get in there. Now kiss. The new show, Digimon Ghost Game, has been airing. I think we're up to like 8 episodes now. I've only watched the first episode, but while normally I'm not a huge fan of the anime series, I'm more into the, you know, the virtual pets and the video games. I've actually really enjoyed Ghost Game so far. I like the way that it uses the Vital Bracelet. I like Gammamon. I like the spooky setting. I like that it's just, you know, so far set in the real world. I kind of hope it stays there, to be honest. And I love the fact that they just use pre-existing Digimon as the quote-unquote ghosts, or, you know, the hologram ghosts. It's a pretty cool concept, and I'm excited to see more of it. I'll watch another episode tomorrow, and I guess I'll just kind of keep giving mini reviews. This episode gets a Gammamon out of 10. Oh, look at that big face. I was just about to put them to the side because I was going to draw them, but actually no. Let's just do that. I don't need reference. Here, it's the first episode of the series. I got to make a drawing in the book. I'm just going to draw Agumon here, and we're just going to free pen it. I'm not even going to do any like sketchy guidey lines or anything. Just straight on the page with pen, using this guy as reference. It's going to be great. Okay, do it again. Do the big face. Come on. There you go. Fine, I'll just draw you like this then. Okay, so Agumon, our Digivice version complete partner. I almost said partner, and that would have been bad humor, but it would have been genuine. Like I didn't mean to say it. He's already trying to overlap over here. Might as well kind of give him this like ghost thing in honor of Ghost Game, like this Obi-Wan Kenobi ghost kind of overlay. Don't worry, it'll make sense in the end. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good face right there. Now the problem is, here in a moment, Agumon is going to kind of fade off the screen here. The screen's going to go dark. And that's going to ruin everything, because then he's going to pop in with his like full face, and I'm going to be like, oh, that's what he actually looks like. But sometimes I really do like doing this whole sprite thing, like going off the sprite instead of a stock art. Sometimes I not only do I find it just more fun. Look at that. Look at how he's got his little arms. Okay, I'm going to give him little folds here. I am now painfully aware of how much it looks like he's like scratching a record. Okay, and those little feetsies, and he's got big old nails, it looks like. We're gonna go with that. Big old nails. See, this is a little dangerous here, just going, I'm leading this drawing with the nails. But that's the kind of thing you can do, okay, once you've been drawing so long, and you've just gained like a mastery of visualization, okay? There's not gonna be any mistakes. This isn't gonna look wonky whatsoever. Don't even worry about it. Oh, okay, it went off. All right, and show your big face. Oh. Well, that's kind of helpful, because I genuinely was going to forget the teeth. Honestly, I don't really mind either way which way this eye ends up pointing, because it could look derpy and I don't care. It could look straight ahead and I don't care. It could look completely dead wall against the page and I don't care. No, see, that looks beautiful. I'm in love with this. He looks like he's crying, so I want to give him a little teardrop. He cries because he have no meat. Oh. Someone feed the baby. Well, it's not the Digimon partner I would have chosen, frankly, but I am actually very pleased with the way things have turned out. I mean, just based on this drawing. That has very little to do with the actual Agumon inside this device, but, you know, I'm going to count this as part of the first impression. This is what I see, okay? It's great. Also, you may have seen at the beginning of this video, I did get the Star Wars R2-D2 Tamagotchi Nano in, but after playing with the Molkarchi Nanos, you know, these little poopy Molcar nanos, I remembered what nanos are like, and I don't know if they're ever really worth a series. So, I don't know. If you have interest in me running this, just keep in mind it'll only be like a 5-6 episode thing. Might just do one run of it. With nanos, I do hear that this one does have more games in it. More. There's like 7 different games. You can train them into becoming different things. But, you know, nanos, they're not super in-depth. But this guy will take a little while. I've got to go figure out how to get steps. If you have any great ideas on how to get steps, let me know. I have a stationary bike. If you have had any success in using a stationary bike, and I don't know, like attaching this to your leg in some way that gets steps, let me know, because I'll ride the bike for like an hour. That's no problem with me. I just don't have a treadmill anymore. I'm also on the 2nd floor of an apartment building, so I can't do treads, and I can't run around my own apartment. I mean, I could, but I don't want to be a jerk neighbor. I just don't want to do that. It's a good solid device. I'm going to have to keep very careful care of this thing. This thing is not exactly cheap either. The color's interesting. It's that kind of almost, it's like translucent, but it's not. You know, it's like that one little toy version of this thing where it's supposed to, the reason it was this color was because it could light up into different colors of the actual Digidestined, but does that do this in this one as well? I guess I'll find out, and when I do, I'll report in. But that's all for today. Everyone, thanks for hanging out. Thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel, especially Shifter and Dog Trainer 89, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Have a good one.